I was trying to get inspiration as to how the hell to earn $1 million from CD sales, and then I remembered the king of pop, Michael Jackson himself, had one album where he released every fucking song off it as a single. Do you know what this guy's thinking of? Whoring himself out. They have, right now, $18,500, okay? We're making money per month because of, the record company. So, if we just do a bunch of singles, we don't have to write more, and all will be fine. Yeah, see, we'll have, like, a good one. So, in the review, and it is a murder they had it coming. Good! This is a good idea, damn you! Welcome to our new repertoire of songs. So, along with the amazing shit popularity war, we also now have, in the review, Is It Murder If They Had It Coming? Presumably some sort of, I don't know, single about murdering someone by running them over with a car. Deceptive, I swear this song isn't about you. Witty, actually shit songs about rock. And Kick-Ass Time, Alcoholic Answers. There you go. That's about going to a party, and then, the day after when you sort of regretted everything about your life. Okay? It's doing okay popularity-wise. They're selling. That's what we need, okay? How much has it gone up by? Okay, look, this is never going to happen. We're going to pray, Smiters. We're going to have to pray quite deeply. Guys, look! Look, we did a concert and we got ticks and everything! They've been like X's for the fucking so long! The gig's after party turned into another party and then another. Sounds like my kind of jam. By midnight, I was 20 miles from where I started and I didn't recognize a single person and there wasn't a sane one in sight. What the shit is that? Is the ghost of electropop coming to visit us? It's like, in your dreams and sleep, I will give you the magic of CD sales. It's easy to follow a group of people as they leave, especially if a few of them are pulling you. The car rides are just a blur when you're tanked too. It was just a good fucking time. Where was I? A warehouse? A basement? I'd start running if you don't know. They kept handing me drinks, I kept drinking. Let's not pass out. God, the music, this song, it was me! This song was me! A bright green person, now bright orange, handed me a cup. It was a new cup. I tried it and spat it out. Fuck's this shit? What? Fuck is this? Dream juice? God, I've only heard of this shit. Dream juice, that sounds like a euphemism if ever there was one. But that never stopped me before. The colours started to meld together. It was too hot. But my body couldn't stop. The music, it was in me, moving me. I was the song. I thought I could see heaven from here. It was fucking rad. There were so many hands touching me, feeling me, and I wanted them too. It was too hot. The breath on the back of my neck was scorching. Someone's body grinded into mine to the beat, to the music, to me. He felt the music. He felt me. This is going to places I might need to censor. His hands were on my chest. I wanted them there. Okie dokie then. The world went spinning as I did, only once to see him, all three of him. You a musician? He just looked at me. Why was my music too loud? You, music, make? No. I got as close to him as I could. Good. It wasn't hot enough. I wanted to catch on fire. I hope View's not fucking spotting us. Oh no! This is how we get bad publicity because someone fucking sees us snogging someone who isn't our boyfriend. His hands were like fire. His body was like fire. I was his fire. I burned until I blackened out. I could feel my limbs again. That must have meant I was awake, which meant I had been asleep. It felt like I was in bed, not on a carpet or a concrete floor. I wished I had been. Damn it, son. I know what I did wrong. Stop shining in... It's a police flashlight. It's not a police flashlight. Why did you do this to yourself? Another guy, another night I wanted erased. At least he was still asleep. I felt like shit. And a dream? Really? That's not me. Well, no, you were handed it. There's a difference. Slightly. I looked over at who I'd regret today, but my heart skipped a beat when I saw that he wasn't the typical barfly, dark hair, slender body. His arm was over his eyes, but his chest was pretty exposed with me hogging most of the blanket. It was difficult to me look away, but I had to get out of here. I slipped off the small bed and out from under whoever that was. I searched for anything that looked like mine. There was a lot of music stuff, I guess. I guess I didn't want to go home with the last guy I can remember. That was even more wonderful. I needed to remember this to tell my grandkids one day. I don't think they want that image of you. Did you know, grandchildren, that a long, long time ago, I slept with random people when I was technically in a relationship? I don't know, they might think less of you is all I'm saying. Unless, fucking bigamy is huge by 2060. I briefly eyed his splayed CDs, no auto-spire or the depths in there, so no theft necessary. Damn it to hell, where was my shirt? Was there even a shirt for me to find? Who the fuck knew anymore? The guy shifted on the bed. I jumped to see he'd rolled over the opposite way, his back to me, so he knew the drill too. I quickly found something to wear on the upper half of my body and got the hell out of there. I did steal something, a shirt, and an ugly one at that. It's fine then, if it's ugly he didn't need it. Probably, maybe it's theft, isn't it? Well, it was better than walking home in a bra. We're like 20 miles, apparently, from where our house was, so this cab fare is going to be fun. I ripped off the shirt to throw it away and took a long shower. As I reached to adjust the knobs, I noticed something drawn to my arm. What was that? Please don't be a tattoo, please don't be a tattoo. I tried to rub off the doodles, but to my relief, they smudged. My heartbeat slowed and I looked at them closer. That's the worst thing you can do, getting a tattoo when you're drunk. Just don't do it. They were just circles and lines, nothing sophisticated, but something I wouldn't have been able to do upside down. And then I noticed there were more on me. There were little pictures all over my damn body. I let out a gasp for each new one I found. Some were just downright nasty. Someone's drawn stuff on you and taken pictures. I don't know how to tell you this. On my belly were music notes. That guy did this to me. Was I passed out, or did I just let him draw on me? Why did that feel like more of a violation than the sex did? I'm not sure it's a violation if it was consensual, but whatever. I tried to make out if the music notes were gibberish or not, and I only had the choice of going upside down or backwards. Fuck this guy. I grabbed a washcloth and started to furiously wipe off his graffiti. Damn it wasn't coming off. I took too long, but the ink finally started to give away. By the time I was done cleaning my arms, they were scratched raw and bright red. I looked at the music notes on my stomach. I didn't look forward to erasing it either. Who the hell doodles on you as part of foreplay and music, no less? Okay, because he knows who you are, and photos because you were passed out. That's why. Blackmail, it's called. Was it just fake music? I tried to eye the notes. It looked like actual music. It was sloppy, but even I had some sharps and some flats. What the hell? I got a pen and paper and jotted down what I can manage, one excruciating note at a time. In my head, they formed a tune, one I'd never heard before. I couldn't believe that I was walking sheet music. Who the hell does this? At practice, I tried to play the melody on my bass. I corrected the areas that were obviously my mistakes in translation, but in general, I marveled at the sound it produced. I could play it slow or fast. It didn't matter. Okay, if this song turns out to be a hit, it's going to be a very difficult one to explain. Very difficult one to explain. The guy I slept with wrote a brilliant song on a fat felt tip while shit-faced. I just tried to let that fact sink in as I started in the notes as I wrote down. A new piece for us? I'm impressed. You startled me. A new song? I was just trying to see how good my drunk composer really was and a bit numb from realizing just how much. Play it again, let me hear. No. I reached out to the music sheet to hide it, but you managed to grab it before me. Look, as long as you don't tell him where it came from, we'll be okay. What's wrong? It's an excellent melody. You need not sound so insecure. I'm not insecure, okay? Is this the full song? He studied it under his glasses. His mouth tightened and he retrieved a pen from his pocket. With a sharp clip, he readied his pen to make drastic changes. Before it touched the paper, I yanked the sheet from him. What are you doing? He didn't even ask. This wasn't his song to write on. Pardon? I was just connecting the lines for you. It seems like he wrote it in a hurry. Well, maybe we did. I don't think he believes it's ours. Or soon won't anyway. You ain't going to change anything? Why would I? I told you, it's excellent as it is. I stuffed the music away. I looked back at him and his eyebrow was raised. I was under the impression we shared everything we wrote with each other, however. I didn't write it, so I didn't reply. I just made a grunting noise. I hoped he would drop it and we would never talk about it again, but he didn't. Of course he wouldn't. It's a really good song. Why would he not want it released? We did $1 million worth of CD sales, and we're at like $12,000. Bring it over to my place and we can work on it. I don't want to. I said it's too snappy because I frightened him a little. He looked down at me as serious as he could. Have you been doing something? This is your song, isn't it? There was no way I could tell him how I got it. I didn't want to tell him that I had a one-night stand. I didn't want him to know that I didn't even want to. I stared up at him and swallowed. Yeah? And then I looked away, unable to believe the words coming out of my mouth. I don't like it, is all. Against all odds, he believed me. He kept reassuring me it was good, and I kept kicking myself on the inside. I wanted to scream every time he praised me in front of the band. It was torture. To be fair, maybe he's had it written down beforehand, so stealing it is a terrible idea because, plagiarism and shit. But I played the tune for the other guys, and they loved it. We messed around with it until we came out with an almost perfect song, though most of the work was already done for us. Good, we're thieves now. That's good to know. But it wasn't perfect, and I didn't want to hear it anymore. Every good word about it made me sick. It wasn't my song, it was that guy's, the guy I slept with. Jesus, I didn't even know his name. I tried to lift up my shirt in the middle of practice to check for his signature, but Bugh's eyes on me reminded of social decorum again. Yeah, I mean, flashing random people is almost genuinely looked down upon. Damn it. This is why I make sure to ask every guy I fumble around with if they were a musician or not, so I don't get involved with them. I mean, he said he wasn't. Did he lie? It was the same guy, wasn't it? No way this ever goes well. $14,000. Oh, well, we need to release it as a single once we know it's not plagiarism. Okay, once you know it's not, we'll be fine. Don't mention that guy. That being a topic is almost unilaterally a bad thing. You disappeared after the gig the other night. What? I knew what he was talking about, but playing dumb seemed the smartest thing at this point. The after party, you disappeared. Where did you go? Oh, another party. Don't worry, I was in bed by 10 like a good... No, you weren't. He leaned forward, his brow deepening. Were you? The heat of his glare made me swallow. Fuck, we're informal. With nervousness. What the hell? Back off, Ponytail. Whose business is it what I did that night? Or who did I did? Mine. You can thank yourself for putting us in this situation. Our reputations are now directly tied, so And what's the reputation, huh? Dirty whore? His glasses nearly fell off his face. Mon Dieu, Robin, no one has called you a whore. And I grow tired of you assuming that I take every opportunity to call you so. Oh, fuck off. You've called me one before. Escort just means whore in rich people talk. Well, it depends what sort of escort. You can get classy ones. Sort of. I apologised for that. That makes it go away like a magic eraser. Yes, I'm aware of how things work in your world. That's besides my point. I did not call you an escort just now. You said that on your own, which only leads me to believe that you have something of a guilty conscience. Guilty? Yes, guilty, and he's right. And that you think you acted like a whore that night. I reached up to slap him, but I changed my mind halfway to doing it, so I just pushed him back awkwardly. What the hell do you know? Is that really what I felt? Guilt? Apparently so. I'm the goddamn Virgin Mary. Can't I have a little fun without being called a slut? Fuck you. I mean, again, whatever. Was I a whore? Not a whore, but, you do silly things when drunk. There you go. That's a much better way of putting it. Robin, fuck you. I wasn't implying that's what I thought of you. I'm not a... His lips were suddenly on top of mine, keeping me from doing anything drastically and unforgivable like crying. Instead, the only thing upsetting me was his mouth. It wasn't the most graceful thing, at least, not like the rehearsed kisses and pecks he planted on me in public. Hang on, is he kissing us on the lips? Oh, he might give us cooties. This one was just fiercely trying to silence a half-open mouth, and it hurt me for a second too. A chill shot down my spine, making everything below my head go numb. He pulled back with the same speed as when he dove in. His face was hardened, but the colour of my cheeks told me everything I suspected. He didn't like it any more than me. That was to shut up. Shut me up, I know. People usually just trying to say shut up first. That was a jump in the deep end, wasn't it? Well, this water looks quite deep. Guess I'm throwing a brick down there. I had to get out of there, but I only got a few steps before he grabbed me by the arm and stopped me. He looked down at me a moment before speaking. I don't think of you that way. Okay. I blinked rapidly and looked away. He could stop saying that now. If you like, stay with me next time and you can spare yourself this torture. And I'm back to being shackled to a man who has no right to be jealous. I yanked my arm from him. The only torture here is your so-called help. I mean, he is trying to help you, though, because... whatever. Robin's never going to admit it, is she? Please don't kiss me again. I want to know nothing right now. I think for Robin's sake, it's probably best if we just, left this place. Although apparently him and I are still fucking happy. Jesus. Alright, update, lads. We can't make a single Dreamcatcher. Unsurprisingly, but, it is plagiarism when push comes to shove. What's the worst thing that could happen, however, by putting it in our gig list, right? Please don't come to our gig and sue us. There we go, look! The song! We swear this isn't about you, okay? Promise! We got no scene after the gig, which means that we're, free to plagiarize. I'm almost certain that's how that works. No? Alright, I'm still slightly paranoid, okay? I'll admit it. Okay, so our idea of, putting a bunch of singles out sort of worked in the fact that they sold more than the rest, but it doesn't hide the fact that our album is only just reaching 1,000 sales. There's sort of nothing we can do about that. This is going to take a bajillion years. Oh boy. Have you got anything to say, you prick? New reports in. We haven't done too badly in CD sales. 20 grand, so that's 2%. And we released an album and 4 singles. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're just gonna have to jump cut to year 3 at this rate, I swear. Okay, new plan then. We're gonna get everyone back on writing, and other than you, because someone needs to, do something decent. Actually, you can't because of stress. But we're gonna get everyone back on writing, and we're gonna make a whole bunch of new songs. Then we're just gonna go for it, okay? We are gonna market the fuck out of it and pray to God it makes us 1 million. I am hoping a lot here. I don't think it'll work, but it might, and that's what's important. Maybe, probably, hopefully. Almost never. First song for the new album. A better future is only an excuse. Well, I'm hoping the titles pick up a little bit. Not much better either. 4 weeks until. Oh, God. All right. Well, whatever. It's 1.5 stars, but it'll have to do. For once, we're going to have to utterly officiate the fucking stars of that song. That is a dreadful, dreadful song. Let's get down to business. Your loss. Okay, I think he's bitter at this point. Ooh, a scene. I think we were just about to get to the album. Late night at the bar, but it was sparse because of the bad weather. A guy who looks no older than his teens drags himself, dripping wet, up to the bar and slams down a few dollars on the counter. A shot of your strongest, whatever. My strongest whatever? Let me see your ID, kid. The kid dug around in his pocket and pulled out a driver's license. It looks legit. You don't seem like a drinker. Drinkers can come in all shapes and sizes, thank you very much. Oh yeah, well, so? The kid pouted and Owen sighed. Suit yourself. Owen silently poured out his lightest beer into a shot glass and handed it to him. Oh, wow. He asked for his strongest, damn you. And you're giving him terrible stuff. I covered my face to stifle a laugh. The kid stared at his glass for a long time before raising it to his lips. He was shaking. I can do this. He took a deep breath and finally put the shot glass back on the counter. I'd bet anything he'd never touched a drop of alcohol in his life. Oh, fuck. This is going to be fun, cartwheeling him out of here. Hey, kid. What do you want? What's your name? Why? Nothing, just curious, really. Alessandro. Ooh, spicy. Fancy. I glanced down at his clothing. It was the uniform from a fairly prestigious school in the city. Not one with much of a fucking dress code to uphold, apparently. Bored with school, looking for a thrill or something? No. The kid sighed and stared into his shot glass. Oh, I get it. You're drinking because a girl ditched you. How did you know? Because she's a genius. Ha, you really were ditched. I can't believe I got it right. Robin. Owen shot me a disapproving glare. We are, like, you know, pissing off their customers. I can't understand why Owen would be angry. Right. Sorry, kid. Pity and all that. I don't need your pity. Ha! Stubborn! I like it! Well, don't let it get to you. Dating is for suckers anyway. We never dated. Oh. After all I did for her... Oh, don't tell me she's one of these chicks who makes you jump through a bunch of fucking hoops before dumping you for someone else. The kid winced. You don't have to swear, you know, and she's not like that. This is a grown-up's bar. Have you not seen this place? It looks seedy as hell, and you're going to complain to me about swearing? Touchy? She's still your little princess? It's not that, we never even spoke. Okay. We've got a regular wallflower here, so what did you try to do to woo your lady lost? He mumbled something under his breath, but I couldn't make it out. What? Bass guitar. She likes music, so I thought if I learned how to play, maybe she'd notice me. I hate to break it to you, buddy, but you can't just pick up an instrument and expect to win a girl with it. Girls like guys who actually know how to play, not newbies. I do know how to play. Oh yeah? How long have you been playing? 3 months. Then you don't know how to play. Yeah, well, you can probably play to a decent standard with it among your friends, but you're talking to a musician here, unfortunately. 3 months would be taking the piss. Robin, please try to be nice to my customers. It's a big deal. This kid hasn't even had a drop since he walked in here. I grabbed his beer and downed it in one gulp. Good choice, by the way. Drinking is bad for you, you know? The kid grabbed his ID and headed back to the door. I get when I'm being made fun of, but I really can play, you know. Ha, yeah, right. Even if you could, you'd need to be in a band for her to notice you. I know that. I just can't find one. I might know if a band is in the market. We don't need a bass player. Do we need a bass player? Who plays bass player at the moment? I don't think anyone plays bass at the moment, do they? Oops. We might be getting this kid after all with his elbow pads. Oh, no, you don't know it. Not a chance. No. What, bad? You actually know one? No, he doesn't. I glared at Owen. What are you doing? He's a paying customer who didn't get his drink. I figure I should find a way to make it up to him. Owen coughed pointedly at me. I'm the bass player around here. We don't need another one. Oh, we play bass. I thought we sang. Ugh, whatever. Don't burn bridges. I rolled my eyes. Fine. Hey, kid, you say you can play a mean bass line. As I say, hang on, we have Kirby in our band. He has no musical talent. His stat for the minute of music is 0. It's only star quality. Yeah? What is it, that dreamy, terrifying smile he has putting on? Jesus. Prove it. If you're really as good as you claim to be, I'll keep you in mind in case I ever get brain damage and stop being awesome. Really? Let's just hope you play better than you hold your alcohol. He gave me his contact information and I stuck my tongue out at Owen after he left. Owen was so nosy sometimes. You were a dick who... whatever. Alessandro has been unlocked for open-ended mode. We probably won't test that out, but whatever. $40,000! 4%. They did say we could make, you know, they didn't stipulate a time frame which we could make the money, right? Like, you know, is 40 years okay?